Thank you guys for joining this meeting. I know it's late, guys, but we got to talk about the project. Anyways, welcome to Tonal Distancing. We'd like to begin with a toast. Damn it.
Start it again. Start it up again. We fucked Kanem over.
Now
because he thinks he's a
toast. The Lords of rock and roll, blah blah blah. They nourish our guitaring. That's it. That's all you gotta say.
All right, Zach, you do the toast. You do the toast. You
want to do one job and you fucked it
No,
up.
I want you to.
All right, fuck you guys. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. A toast to the Lords of Music, both dead and alive. Please guide us on our musical journey and be kind to us as we drink. Zach, who would you like to toast this week?
Wow, Kanem, thank you. I would like to toast to Randy Rhoads.
Very nice. Prabhu, who would you like to toast?
I will toast to Tim Henson from Polyphia.
Thank you, Pim.
Pim.
Teo, thank you for joining us and being our special guest. Who would you like to toast?
Oh no, we lost you.
Can't hear you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'd like to make a toast to Mario Camarena from Chan.
Nice. And Chan really challenged me in other ways, but I'm going to go with another challenging guitarist from Mr. Stevie Ray Vaughan. Thank you guys for being here.
Cheers.
So, what are you guys drinking this week? You have coffee, Teo, right?
I have coffee, yeah. I brew it myself every morning.
Dang.
Nice.
I use that French pour
what do you have
over.
today?
I have Johnny Walker. I also distill this myself every morning. I'm actually an employee at Johnny Walker.
Do you home with a bottle every paycheck?
That'd be, hey man, I'd probably get no work done, but that'd be nice.
I'm drinking some Wicked Grove. It's the cheap Aldi version of Angry Orchard, but it tastes better. So there's that.
Dude, that's a good whiskey. That Japanese
Very good.
one.
I've really enjoyed it. I've always been skeptical of Japanese whiskeys, just simply because I've always heard that it's similar to Scotch. So why am I getting Scotch? And then why am I not getting Scotch? But then they sold it to me by basically saying that, hey, it's just as good as Scotch, if not better, because it's in cherry wood. And it's like, I don't know what that means, but you sold me. So that's how I ended up with this.
I have a question off the bat that's probably going to take some heat, but can you taste the difference between cheap whiskey and expensive whiskey? Because I can't.
Whoa. What's the most expensive you've had?
I don't know. I had my friend.
One
came
man's
over
cheap
once.
is another man's expensive whiskey.
My friend who never drinks, one day he texted me and was like, hey, he never drinks. And he was like, hey, so my coworker told me that I don't like whiskey because I haven't had the good shit. So I just bought this $80 bottle of whiskey from him. And he says that if I don't like it, he'll keep it and give me the money back. But so he's like, so I'm coming over and we're going to drink this whiskey. So I was like, okay. So he came over and we cracked open this $80 bottle of whiskey and it just tasted like whiskey.
So I think my experience with it is how smooth it is. So with more expensive ones, especially if you go to have you ever had a whiskey flight at a bar?
No.
It might be different styles too, because if you have a whiskey flight, some of them they go down super smooth, and those are nicer. But I don't know if that correlates to the price and stuff, but I would imagine that's better whiskeys are you have less of that oh god, what did I just do? Feeling. But yeah, that's at least for the whiskeys I like are easier to drink on its own.
I'm also not enough of a connoisseur because I have 3 ranges, and so there's the awful range, which is
it's always 3
and this
things
is this is just it's always
the
3, right? I
of whiskey.
everything in 3s. Why? I'm learning things about myself from this podcast.
Were you around when Stonehenge was created? Do you know about the pyramids? I'm just trying to see what other secrets you have.
guys, I gotta go. Bye.
Oh, too much.
So since I guess there's 3 planes of alcohol. This is all alcohol, not just whiskey, but there's like the god awful. My face is on fire. It feels like I'm drinking rubbing alcohol, which is like Burnett's and Crystal Palace vodka is
Smirnoff.
the worst thing. Smirnoff, yeah, just you know. And then there's everything else I've had, and then Grey Goose, and Grey Goose is great.
I like those 3. God awful, everything else, and Grey Goose.
Those are the only.
Those are the only 3 alcohols.
Yeah,
Forget
those are
vodka.
the 3 distinguishable plans.
And this
Were
is
you
why
heavily influenced by Jamie Foxx?
Apparently,
On the
yes.
And this is why you give guitar advice, not alcohol advice.
That is so true. That's why I'm sipping on my cider.
I don't drink much anymore, but when I used to, I would get whiskey all the time. And I do notice a big difference from cheaper whiskeys. You can definitely feel it the next day.
Yeah.
The difference, yeah.
Really excited to have my good friend Teo, or you can find him on Instagram, Teodoro of the Cross. Teo of the Cross?
Teo of the Cross.
Teo of the Cross.
Teodoro de la Cruz.
Yeah, Teo of the Cross. I met Teo a couple years back after a show. Our significant others became friends at a different show, and then Teo and I synced up, and we realized we had like the same music interest, and just have kept in touch here in Dallas, and been jamming over the last year and a half or so. So yeah, we're really happy to have you, Teo. Really excited to learn more about your guitar playing and all the projects you've got going on. And
yeah, you remember that night I told you, "Hey, do you like Polyphia?"
Oh yeah, that's and the rest is history. And we met, and then we started out about Polyphia, and then that was when I was kind of discovering that kind of music, and then we just kind of been on the same proggy, clean metal guitar kick, whatever that genre is.
Trap
music,
fancy liberal
mechanical music.
Gen Z rock.
That TikTok stuff.
Tickety talk.
5-second songs.
But TikTok, don't kick us off. Don't use this for TikTok, Kanem.
It's gonna come back to bite us in the
I
ass.
use this for TikTok all day, every day.
Yeah. But Teo, do you wanna walk us through something for your intro and show us a little bit?
All right, sure. Yeah, I have a song that I just finished recording with JoJo Centineo. It's called "Waste My Time," and this is just the intro riff to it. It's like I don't know what the style is called, but has to do with Polyphia, but it's like polyphony. I don't know. It's whenever you make make a sound, like 2 different sounds at once, basically. That's what it's called. But yeah, this is the intro to it. Basically, it fades into that. So what I did, I drew some inspiration from one of my friend's songs. He called it Infinite. He does like EDM type stuff. And I was like, hey, let me work with you. And he showed me this and I created that intro for it. But I was like, I'm gonna take it and do my own shit with it. Fuck it, you know. I don't know if there's cussing on here. Is
You
there?
can say whatever the fuck you want.
Shit.
TikTok.
The TikTok from China.
So wait. How does it start off?
So it starts off on the 3rd fret, 5th string, and it's like a harmonic chord type shit. I don't know how to call it. It's first finger on the 3rd fret, 5th string, and then ring finger on 5th fret, 3rd string, and you just slide from there. And then you hammer on from the 3rd string onto the first string.
Okay.
You hammer on the rest of a chord, which is I don't know what the name of the chord is. This is it right here. Can y'all see that?
Oh, the 7th, major 7th.
Yeah.
Oh, major 7th.
Like you fill it in between, like it's you're doing 6, 8, 7, 8.
Wait. So you do slide from 5 and 3,
5,
going
yeah.
from G and the A string, the 3rd and the 5th string. 5, 3 to 6, 8 or 8.
Yes, 6, 8.
And then you end up bringing your ring finger back one for the major 7th.
No, well, I just slap on these 3 fingers right here.
Oh, so just a major.
Yeah, I don't know that
Sorry.
that much music's.
No, you're good.
I just make it myself. I'm sorry.
No, it's good. It's good. Prabhu is our resident person that doesn't know things for us.
I'm just like the guy that's like, does it? Is that in like 350 BPM or?
We're playing this too slow.
I was playing sped up.
What's the hammer on? That's the one I'm having.
So when you slide on down to 6 and 8 with your ring finger, you hammer on, and then you also hammer on with your middle finger.
Oh.
And those 3.
So it's like a.
So you would just hammer on these 2, and then you strike the chord.
And you're plucking it with your 4 fingers, right?
Yeah, I'm just using my fingers.
Yeah.
So from there.
What's the next chord after you go up to the 8th? You're coming back to where?
Let me see. This one is
So jazzy.
5 on the pointer finger, open on the 4th string, and then 5 on the 3rd string. Those 3. From that one, you hit the 7, and you slide back to the 3. Yeah, so from there, so you drag it back to the 5th.
Ooh.
So, do you also play classical guitar then?
Not really, but I used to be in band, and we would play like that type of music, classical music. So I really enjoy that.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, one of the things that stood out to me about your guitar playing was you don't use a pick, and one of the reasons one of the things I thought immediately is such a kind of cool conversation with the four of us is that the Kanem, Zach, and I are very, for the most part, guitar like pick players, and I know Zach does a little bit more work with like hybrid picking stuff and like, but you don't even do hybrid picking. You're just all finger, and that's something. Is there any influence that you've had that kind of, you know? You said you played classical music. Were there any guitar players or influences that kind of that drew you towards doing that?
Well, Billy Corgan of the Smashing Pumpkins. I know he doesn't play with his fingers, but he does make some rhythms or riffs, which is pick friendly, which like that song Through the Eyes of Ruby, where he's just that shit right there. That's badass to me. Like being able to go. Well, y'all do that with a pick. I'm sure y'all can do it, but
no, it's so different though. It's such a different muscle memory that like playing that way, like especially when I see like folk musicians and stuff who just like playing that like that.
But I mean, like, sorry, go on, P. Sorry, my bad.
No. It's just it's a very different, kind of approach to the guitar, and even the things that you're doing with the left hand, I feel like change a lot with. I notice when I'm doing acoustic stuff, I'm doing a lot more hammer-ons with fingers because I'm playing, like a lot of jumping around and singular note stuff, and it's a kind of a different mindset that sometimes I'm used to with acoustic stuff, but then in electric it can be a different like approach that like it's I don't think being good at playing with a pick really translates to it because it's such a different thing.
I mean, I agree. Like one thing when he's talking about Through the Eyes of Ruby, I mean, I learned that with like the pick just because that's how I always play. But like it's instantly like because you have like you select specific fingers to do specific work with, it becomes like a lot different, and to me, in some ways, like a lot easier just to. It's like I don't know. To me, I always liken it to "Babe, I'm Gonna Leave You" by Led Zeppelin, right? Oops, I'm messing up. It's like it's easier to play with just using your fingers as opposed to trying to go at each of those notes with a pick. So finger playing has like a lot of advantages, especially when you're arpeggiating chords and stuff.
I think it even has a like textural difference. Like it sounds different. You know what I mean? Like I feel like when you're finger picking, there's almost even a little bit more of a range of dynamics because I feel like if you can pick soft, right, and it kind of has like more of a round, like mellow kind of sound. But like if you think of like country players, like and they do the chicken picking thing where like they snap it and it's like tight and like there's just a different attack to it entirely.
I never would have thought of Billy Corgan. Now that you mention it, like that makes a lot of sense because like my favorite or one of my favorite Smash Pumpkin songs is Tonight Tonight, that riff.
Yeah.
I don't know if he plays it finger picking
He plays it with a pick.
Really? Because like that one
Yeah.
comes so naturally to me with fingers.
I know, yeah.
Versus like the. It's a lot more work that I feel like I have to be conscious of, and I think to Kanem's point, sometimes I think what I found is like learning a song, and then translate that was maybe finger picked originally, or or vice versa, becomes harder to learn it the other way. Not necessarily because one way is harder or not. It's just that it was written with that intention. So then it like just the physicality of what is going on becomes a lot harder because you're getting closer to doing something that's like not impossible, but like you're really stretching the limits of like what you're doing.
One of the very first songs that made me want to use my fingers was System of a Down, Roulette. I just used these two fingers, it's just on two strings, that one. So that was my first dabbling
into
doesn't
that.
Know
System of a Down. He never listened to it.
I was gonna say I'm not the first one to bring up System of a.
I can't name the album top to bottom.
Hypnotized.
So
he messed up song 8 and song 9. What the hell is wrong with him? Gosh, everyone knows that Stealing Society is their biggest song.
Everyone saw System of a Down at the inauguration.
I probably lost some followers on Instagram that day. The like 200 followers I have, I lost.
Or posting what?
2 bots. I know. Even the bots were like, dude, this guy's a fucking idiot. What the hell's wrong with this?
No.
But
we Prabhu was talking about Darren Malecki on an episode a while back, and it was Attack and Tentative were 2 songs Prabhu wanted to talk about in the episode. And then probably such a phony fan of System of a Down.
Oh shit!
The
best part is like he's like before he did this he says I have a weirdly photographic memory.
It was pretty photographic.
And then he tries to list,
there.
And then we challenged him to list the whole album, and he like totally didn't do it.
What do you mean? Totally, I got like.
He missed like 1 or 2 songs, but that's enough for a fail on the internet.
Totally failed. Got like 90% correct. Total failure.
Yeah, 90%.
F minus.
100 or nothing.
I got the Asian parent fail. The Indian.
Oh damn! You had that 100.
You got a 95. What happened to 5%? Like that's 5%. You could have done better. What the hell?
There are no curves in tonal distancing.
Only blood type, A positive. That is my blood type. I don't know if that's information.
Proud.
I know. It was non-negotiable.
It's information that's out there now.
Yeah, I know. Are you supposed to get that out there? I don't know. Find out.
Not a social security number. I think you're fine.
The Chinese government has it now. It's okay.
I was gonna say TikTok.
The tickety talk has it now.
Damn tic tac toes.
Tic tac. Yeah, no, that's really interesting with the finger picking because it's not necessarily bands I would have pinned as like, like what Zach was saying about like, how you said like you first started with like classical guitar and working that way and then working to electric guitar.
Well, I was playing trumpet in band. That's why I like classical. I wasn't playing.
So it wasn't even on guitar.
Nah.
Yeah. Trumpet, you only got 3 fingers too. It's just a bunch of combinations.
I know, right?
You hold it in a classical position, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Are you conscious of that, or is that just comfortable?
Well, my homie, he has like a doctorate in guitar or whatever, music, and
a doctorate in guitar.
That's
Who's
sick.
This? Tassin?
Damn, we suck. Yeah. I don't even have a high school diploma.
My name is Dr. Shred. I have a doctorate in modern studies, actually.
With a minor in country.
Yeah, some sort of degree.
So wait, your friend is this.
His name is Michael
Your friend is a
Kokonakis.
guitar doctor, and he prescribed you this guitar position.
Yes.
Guitar doctor.
I went over to his house in Denton, and I asked him for a lesson, one quick lesson. And he told me, just do this. Like, he just recommends doing this. But at the time, I was playing with a pick, and then I was like, man, how do I play Polyphia so bad? So I was like, why don't I just switch from pick to finger? It would be so much easier. But yeah, anyways, he told me this will help you big time. I don't know if y'all want to use it, but it's basically use 3 fingers. You just go up and down. Yeah, basically just do that and then alternate fingers, you know. And so I took that and started finger picking. I was like,
what are you doing with your right hand? Are you doing like the like Spanish style when you're single picking using like your 2 fingers, like as if you're playing bass, or?
Yeah, basically, I think it's like playing bass. So I'm using my thumb on the top string, so each string gets its own finger. So, and I move down accordingly if I need to.
So you're doing 1 finger per each string.
Yeah.
I mean, you just said that literally, but so that's crazy.
It's the pattern is really messing me up because it's not just like some.
Because it's not a scale, right?
Yeah, well, it's like, what is it?
It's just the first 3 frets all the way down and from A.
But what's the rhythm you're doing?
I'm just like.
Oh.
Basically that.
It's so confusing.
Really? Why? Because it doesn't. Is it because it doesn't sound like a scale or what?
No, it sounds fine. I think it's just getting.
No, it's just the rhythm of it is like really. It's more of the because you're just doing 5-7-8, 5-7-8, right? But
yeah.
But it's is that?
That almost sounded like Serge's solo song. Yeah, that one.
Exactly, yeah.
To work these 3, you do 6, 7, 8.
I think you just broke all of us. We're all like, so you're using the finger? Like, how do you use the finger?
How do you use them fingers? One thing I want to talk
I have
about.
I have a pick hidden in between my thumb.
Where's the pick, Junior?
It's funny. We're doing like a super southern.
We're
doing a super southern accent, but like southern guitar players do the like craziest like the craziest hybrid picking stuff.
Whoa, that was
sideways. They play with their guitars like this.
Hey Clarence, check this out.
Oh, this lap steel guitar.
Yeah.
I mean,
What
I'm
were you
trying
gonna
to
say?
like, play slide more. That shit is just crazy. Just like how they play that. But one thing I wanted to say when you were talking about when we kind of got to the point about your guitar position,
Yes.
this kind of ties into Rosewood by Chon, right? Like
Yes.
trying to play that song like normal position. I think it's the second chord that comes up. This chord. That is like doing because you're just for a description. B, you're on 11. G, you're on 11. D, you're on 13, and then on A, you're on 16. That's at least what I found online.
Mm-hmm.
And trying to do that chord shape is like impossible if you're hunched over your guitar. And as soon, like whenever I was like trying to play it, I would just naturally go to this position because it's like 10 times easier.
Yeah.
So
that's how
that was like it was. What was interesting is you picking that song. And I want to see how you play it, and looking at your guitar, how you position your guitar. I see like how certain things like lend itself to the style of playing that you play, and figure picking also.
Also, those guys
honor me by showing me how you played Rosewood by Chon. I would really appreciate it.
Those guys usually play like with their legs crossed and all that, but I use a footstool. Bought it from Amazon. That's right. And I can't cross my legs.
We're basically gonna have to change the way you play guitar. Like first you need an Ibanez, then you gotta stop slinging your guitar, play it up here.
Properly. See, that's why we don't have doctorates.
Oh yeah. If you did that, you would.
Yeah, we just gotta cross our legs.
We're out here like fucking high school dropouts playing guitar.
I'm halfway there with the Majesty. First of
just because you haven't managed.
Well,
I am your Majesty, Prabhu.
According to
Your Highness.
According to my calculations, I'm actually halfway to being a as good as Chon.
Okay, now, then play Rosewood by Chon.
I'm gonna play that shit.
Oh, exactly.
You said I don't play that shit.
I'm in drop E, dude.
So the chords, I don't know the name of the chords, but these are some weird ass chords I've never played before playing that song.
Yeah, they're really weird.
Start on the 7th. 7 7 8 no 7 7 6 9 no 8 7 7 6 7. There's this one part that it changes. So the first part is changes right here. It goes. On this part, it's pretty hard to go. That's the intro riff. That part's pretty hard, but yeah.
Kanem out here looking like Slash playing some Chon.
You don't got one of them doctorates, boy.
It's crazy. I think I maybe learned like the other guitar part because like I swear like once you hit this one, you need to be like just hugging it like someone's about to like steal your shit, full Slash position, and then this one just all fucked up. Like my hand went through a car crash basically trying to learn this. I think it seems like you learned. I think because there's 2 guitar parts, right, Teo? So I think maybe I learned the other guitar part because maybe I should have learned what you learned because that's a lot less cramped in the hand. But the one I learned was just like all over the place.
You probably learned the Chon solo part where they're like,
I mean, I found the tab. Like you can't find the tab, much like Polyphia. I feel like Chon just went and scalped the internet for all their tabs. So I found the tab on like an Instagram post. So maybe not the most reliable source.
They don't even have Guitar
Pro. So complicated. They probably just don't. No one knows. Like no one has a tab.
They wrote it out on paper.
A lot of bands YouTube using that as merch too. They're selling the Guitar Pro. Yeah. It's like make more money off of that than their music. So
I do like that Polyphia's tabs are like affordable too. They're not like buy our tabs. That was me doing like a Polyphia hair flip.
I'll give it to Polyphia because like I think they're reasonable and but I appreciate that like they actually have like something that's good quality as well. But it's like one of those things. I think you grow up in the internet age and you're like, if I really want it, I shouldn't have to pay for it, right? If it's just electronic. Electronic means free.
But buy our merchandise. Support this podcast.
Wait a minute. We don't have merchandise.
Not with that attitude.
Send us money.
I want to make hats. I always like making a hat. But I haven't gotten there yet. We don't have a design yet.
We should make like cat shirts for cats.
Wait,
I'm a dog
cats
person.
Or apps?
So
I said cats. Like meow.
Like meow.
Meow.
Not like woof.
I mean, I have dogs too. We can do dog shirts. That's fine.
What does the cat say? Meow, 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 meow.
Stop. We left that behind.
Yeah, that is true.
Left that behind in 2020.
Decades ago.
That was like 20. That was like 2017.
But we didn't successfully.
It was not 2017.
We threw it in there.
Things that should have been left behind but didn't.
We left the last decade.
Yes.
Then I think after the Chon one, you had Goose by Polyphia, right?
Oh boy.
The crown jewel of what we probably want to talk about today. You have Pim Renson here that will critique you.
Budget Pim Henson.
Yeah, budget.
1/4 the skill, 1/4 the 1/4 the or double the assholery and 1/4 the cost.
No, double the cost too, man.
Yeah,
gotta go full asshole.
Oh yeah, double the asshole, double the cost, half the skill. Not 1/4.
There you go.
That's a rip-off.
Do you think he's really the next best thing?
Yeah, man, he's good.
I want to know this guy's opinion. The Kanem.
Wait. Are you asking if Prabhu is? Or
oh, God.
Well, Prabhu definitely is the next.
I mean, Prabhu, man. That's exactly who I'm talking about.
I couldn't tell if he was putting Prabhu on blast.
So I think Teo, Prabhu, you guys are more well in tune to this kind of music and this kind of playing. I'm way less in tune, but through talking to Prabhu and also just like seeing things, I think it was Tim Henson and Tassin Abbasi that were on Dragon Force Man. What's the guy's name?
Herman
I feel
Lee.
bad. Herman Lee.
Dragon Force Man. Great. Now we're never getting sponsored.
Dude, I've been wanting to get on his Twitch.
He's going to blacklist this.
Thanks, Kanem.
We are in no way associated to Kanem X.
Dragon Force Man. That's going to be me.
Dragon Force Man. I'm just imagining.
Now, how are they going to play
a dragon?
How are they going to play at Zach's wedding now?
Yeah, what the heck, dude?
Now we have to do it.
I was in the class.
Great.
You get budget Herman Lee.
Okay, but who's the Herman Lee out of us right now?
Doesn't even have his doctorate.
Prabhu's.
I'm the budget everything. I'm the budget everything.
And Brenson.
I'm just different
Zach
ratios.
Budget slash.
Yes. I'm all about it.
Teo, who are you the budget version of?
We lost you. Who are you?
Me, Billy Corgan.
Budget Billy Corgan.
I'm a budget Prabhu. Let's put
Dude, that's sad. That's sad. That's a
so half the
that's
skill,
some pro
but
bono
8
shit.
times
That's
the
not even
cost.
budget. That's like volunteer work.
That's not pro bono, man. You wouldn't want a paralegal working for you. Pro bono with those types of skills. But we had this talk about Tim Henson, basically. Like, we were just like texting about him. Because I think Prabhu obviously like tried to get me and Zach hooked on like Polyphia, Periphery.
No, Zach
Piniphery.
liked Polyphia before me.
Nice
Again,
try,
this is
I'm
like the
saying-
axe effect, just like the axe effect.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Prabhu. I feel like, but do
I
you think
just
Prabhu
talk
talked
big
about it
when I
more?
get into something. I get into
Yes.
something, I'm like, bro, this band is fucking amazing. Zach's just cool, and he's like, oh yeah,
So
I know
I,
that band.
Out his
you know what,
voice.
Kanem, it's funny you say this. I heard Champagne by Polyphia. This is like 2015, 14. And I posted it on his wall. That's when people still did that on Facebook.
Oh really?
And I was like, dude, check out this band. And he was like, yeah, I don't really like them. And I was like, what do you mean?
Exposed. Fuck. I
Yeah.
was not prepped
Find
for
that,
that.
post. No, we need to frame that post. I need to find that.
Yeah.
I thought
Good
Dragon
thing I edit
Force
these
Man
videos.
was bad.
I mean, like, at the same time, they weren't doing like their more experimental, like towards trap music kind of stuff. Like that was still, I think it was their, I don't know, their second album.
They're still like
Second album?
shreddy kind
First
of
album?
rock.
Yeah, it was still awesome. That's one of my favorite songs by Polyphia. But yeah, probably was like, no, I don't like it. Yum 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 yum.
He had to, they needed to trap stuff. They needed to get into wearing pink hoodies and swooping the hair before Prabhu got into it.
Well,
Yeah.
Oh shit.
They got all edgy and suddenly probably was like, wow.
finally speaking my
Wow.
language. Carry on.
Carry on.
I started
My
holding my
majesty.
glasses.
Where's your wine
I
glass?
started holding my
Yeah.
glasses like this.
You there, fetch my majesty, stable boy.
You know-
Teo, this is how we answer questions. We just
And what's
we
funny
eventually
is-
get to it.
Going to
What's funny
tangents.
because when I posted about on Instagram seeing Tron, and I didn't know about Polyphia really. Like I heard about Polyphia and they were opening for Tron, and that's when I really got into them. And I posted a video with that, and you commented on that. And it's funny because at the time when they opened, all I knew Polyphia remembered of them is that I thought they were like a boring gent band. Because they had, I think some of their early stuff was just like very like genty, like whatever, like they were just like standard metal stuff, and I didn't think much of it. And then I was like, okay, yeah, and I was like, that's interesting for Tron. I guess Tron is still in that kind of metal, gets grouped into the metal scene. But when I saw them, I was like, dude, this band's like jazzy and trappy, and like it's so cool, it's so different. And then yeah, I remember commenting anything being like on Instagram later being like, whoa, I was taken back. But I didn't know the seeds of hypocrisy ran that deep. The
What?
well, hey, maybe that shows that hey, the stuff that I did get into was their newer stuff. So, and I do like their old stuff, but there's no, I'm not gonna.
You're ahead of your time.
I gotta accept it. I know who I am. I'm okay with that.
So, anyways, this all started with basically Tim Henson. We were having a Tim Henson conversation.
This was
Shout
you
outs to
avoiding
him.
the question. This was you
No,
avoiding
he doesn't need our
Teo's
shout outs.
question.
Shout us out.
This was you avoiding the question, Teo's question of, do you think he's the next best thing? And then
No, this is me answering the question. I'm not avoiding any question.
I don't know your opinion on it.
I think
so you didn't
one-
answer.
What I'm saying is
All I know is I
Dragon
didn't
Force
like
Man.
it before, and now I like it, and I'm an asshole.
No, he had they're playing Through That Fire and Flames as they do always, and Tim Henson comes on, plays some stuff, and then this other guitarist who looks like the most fly future man ever, Tosin Abasi, is also playing, and like cool. I don't know. I just don't like Tim Henson. Like, no disrespect, all disrespect. I don't care. You can hate me, but like I just didn't like. I enjoy his playing, but I don't vibe with him 100%. So like playing great vibe, now Tosin Basi, like complete vibe, complete playing. So now, when we're talking about like the next big thing, I don't know. I just after listening to like Animals as Leaders, like there's so many interesting parts that are going on with that I really like. That's like actually maybe like progressive, but it's hard to compare because like I feel like Polyphia, from what I've listened to with the more recent stuff, it seems like it's fusing like trap music with sort of gent or metal guitar or however you want to call it, which is cool. Like I have nothing against that, and I really think what they're doing there is really fantastic. Um, but as far as like trying to find someone that's like really doing something different and unique, I think Polyphia is doing that. But when I started getting into more of Animals as Leaders, and like I said, like I didn't listen to this stuff until probably like last year starting, and that was like the I guess the cornerstone of what I saw is like, oh, this is some crazy futuristic guitar because he's playing a futuristic guitar, he's doing like futuristic guitar shit, he fucking has his own guitar company because like he had to like he I mean, I know he's not the original guy that made Fan Frets, I think, but like he's doing all these things. Like he's walking the walk, doing the talk, and it's all like it's just a weird like I think he's like a weird in a way like there's a kind of almost purist way of going about it that I'm seeing thus far that I've really liked. But he can still play anything else, and he's still cool with playing anything else. So from what I've seen, to me, Tosin Abasi, as far as like the frontier of guitar, that's a guy I've seen that attracts me the most is the frontier of guitar playing. If that answers your question.
I think with the Through in the Fire and Flames, it's a hard one because like that style of the shredding, like Polyphia is really good at that stuff, but I think where they shine is when it's not even the shreddy solo stuff and the like the clean guitars. And no, I totally get what I agree with what you're saying in the like I think in terms of like Tosin Abasi, he's introduced a whole new concept of slap bass on a guitar, and like everyone is now slap bassing their guitar, and he's like I think brought 8-string guitars into like now being a normal thing, and like he's really revolutionized even just like the mechanics of guitars and things that even like I think Tim Henson does now with like slap bass stuff on the guitar.
Yeah.
I think where Polyphia shines in a lot of things, yes, they're technical. Yes, Tim Henson's guitar stuff is very technical and good. I think what stands out to me is how catchy for instrumental music he writes. I think he's a hook genius. Like he writes hooks. Like he writes these choruses, like which probably leads into you playing Goose, because that's one of my favorite riffs by Polyphia. That like when I hear it, I like I like sing along to it when I like don't like I don't know how to fucking play it, but I know the riff. I can like sing along to the whole song, and it's a shreddy guitar song. And I think that is really hard to do. And like maybe that's not revolutionizing guitar playing, but I think it's well, I mean, they're really good at guitar playing, but I think it's in terms of revolutionizing how shred music incorporates into other genres of music and stuff. I feel like they've like really brought somehow like they're equally shreddy and nerdy and equally like super like Gen Z edgy like I don't know, it's like it's really different because it's like very simple but very complex at the same time.
Yeah, some catchy beats.
You kind of stole what I was gonna say.
Yeah, fuck you.
I was gonna say, yeah, you dick. I feel like Polyphia or Tim Henson has not done as much to revolutionize things on guitar, but like I want to say this cautiously because he's not like Mozart, you know what I mean? Like he's not revolutionizing music entirely for the whole world, but like it's definitely its own thing, which is super dope. And I feel like it kind of sucks with guitar kind of trending down in recent years, like in terms of interest in guitar. Like I feel like he's gonna end up being underrated because like Polyphia isn't part of pop culture. Like I know they're kind of trying to do that, you know what I mean? But like, you know, I don't think we're ever gonna turn on pop radio and hear Polyphia unless he does a collab with Ariana Grande, which would be pretty wild. But
Yeah.
you know,
I think that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to collab, work his way up to the big artists and come out in the mainstream.
He's climbing up the mumble rap scene.
it would be dope.
I saw him
would
with
be
Trippie
very
Reddy
pleased.
on a post.
Yeah.
Guess it's the Metallica boy in me that like I think of what they did to like revolutionize like the sound of metal guitar, because I always think Metallica really I'm not saying like other bands didn't do it too, but as far as like the sound of that mid scoop, that is like I don't want to completely attribute it to Metallica. I'll give like even Megadeth credit, but like Master of Puppets, that is the metal sound. That's the archetype of like almost all metal sounds. So, but I feel like Metallica was playing this weird, like what would be like really heavy, really weird music at the time, and they were just playing anywhere that they could, like fucking Dover, Delaware, we will be there. They were just playing wherever they could, and they just kind of progressed their music. Not saying that like, I think that's why I admire is kind of going outside of the norms and the regulars to really like craft that fan base, not really trying to like merge into the existing world. I think that's just why I appreciate it in players that like really break themselves in a way.
Yeah, and it's hard to see the impact of something that's so recent too, because like, you know, I think like what Zach was saying too about like, you know, over like a lot of these things that we're comparing to historically are over periods of times. At those times, the bands were just doing what they did, and like, like now when I've been listening to so much Black Sabbath recently. I was showing Zach like an album from like '72, Volume 4, and it's heavy as fuck. And like at the time, they're probably like, yeah, we want to write some menacing shit, but they just kind of did this thing. And I'm at the time, you know, within those few years, you might not see the immediate impact, but you see that in terms of like, there's a whole genre of like doom metal or stoner metal that's like come out from that, or like with Polyphia, I think it's revolutionized too, like the like medium in which we like consume a lot of guitar stuff, in terms of like, you know, like TikTok guitar players doing shreddy stuff, and like, you know, like Tim Henson doing these like little Instagram videos of like 50-second clips of doing some fucking insane thing over a trap beat. Now is like, I feel like we're seeing maybe not a direct attribution of people being like, oh, that's exactly Tim Henson, but we're seeing a lot of people doing like, oh, TikTok, it's a platform for like quick flashy guitar stuff, or Instagram, I can write like, you know, really catchy stuff that's like somehow viral, even though it's like a Steve Vai lick or something. Like, you know, it's like, I think that's where I think, you know, as like technology goes on, we'll probably see a huge shift of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Goose. So with that,
Goose.
That's right.
Without further ado,
for us, that was the song you recommended. You want to play through that?
Let's see if. I fucked up, but yeah, that's it.
Damn.
Nice.
You're further than us.
Yeah.
At least me.
You've officially taken the title of Pim. Our running joke is my name is Pim Renton. Bunch of Tim Henson. Pim Renton. But you are now. Well,
Tim Henson.
First time, you just be Tim.
Tim of the Cross.
Well, yeah, Tim of the Cross.
Tim of the
We'll call you
Cross.
Tim of the Cross.
All right.
I remember the first time when I came over. What is it like? It's been a while now.
Some months.
Like August or something.
Yeah.
When I came over and I think you were just learning that one, and we were trying to. I know we've been trying to learn Goat together, and I've kind of dropped off. I don't know if you've followed up with that, but like
I haven't really followed up on that.
I remember it being like definitely easier to grasp than Goat, but like yeah, the way one thing that stood out to me was how methodical your practicing is, and this is where I think you and Zach are very similar. Is that like you had the guitar profile, you had it like looped for that first section, you had it down to like 30 BPM or whatever, really slow.
Yeah.
You learned that part, and then you did that part, and then you broke it down, and it was so like methodical, and then like it kind of shows in like how, you know, for like why I feel like, you know, I struggle with these kind of things, that I try to rush these, but like you've like pieced it together so well, and it's something so complex, and I'm like so jealous because I'm like, man, that's so cool. And it's like I feel like it takes a lot of like coordination and a lot of like.
Yeah, what I do is just go low BPM. Always go the lowest, because I never know how bad it can get. So, and then once I'm able to complete it, just increase it by 10, 20 BPM. Just keep doing that until you're at the max speed. I'm sure that's what a lot of guitar teachers say, a lot of music teachers say to do. But, yeah, simple as that, I think.
What's your favorite part about that riff?
I guess that, like, he does a chord and slides into it. He goes, so he goes. Like, he makes a chord. He makes a chord that's trippy. You know, you don't even have to press it. It's already the chord. Have you practiced it? Yeah, that's my favorite part. Like, how do you do that? Like, how do you know? Because, you know, like, he's probably like minusing and subtracting notes here and there to make it sound, you know, I don't know how he writes.
Some things, right?
Yeah, it's interesting because what he does from some of the videos I've seen is he starts with the MIDI and he'll play the bass notes, and then what he does he'll add like the melody. So he'll start with like the or the chord or whatever in the MIDI or something, and then he'll have that like that.
Then he'll play a melody over it.
Like he'll write it as MIDI, but he'll play it all together, and that's like that thing that I think why their stuff is so catchy. When I was watching interviews, and something I'm trying to incorporate in my playing is playing more than one part in it. Like with that's where I think on a previous episode we talked about it being very Jimi Hendrix influence, is that like doing that melody, but also the hey, I think Kanem's like, nah, it's not Jimi Hendrix influence. He's said he's super influenced by Jimi Hendrix.
I mean, he could say it.
I think influence is there. I don't think they sound identical. You said that they sound identical.
With
him when he was 8 on YouTube.
Little Wing and Castles in the Sand, I think
Preach.
it was. And then that song.
Are you fucking? This is. That's so much different than
that song.
Like,
The Worst.
Does it faster.
That song.
That was a great impression.
That song, The Worst. I think that sounds so much like Jimi Hendrix.
how much did you drink when you were listening to that song?
Man, I mean, okay. This should be a poll. This should be a poll for the
No,
The
it's
five
this is not up
viewers
for discussion.
For the 5 viewers that we have, I'll make 5.
Wait, you either
Finstas
believe me
for
and
this.
Zach, or you go with Tim Renson. You know,
I believe the bots that watch our
man, I you know, this is
You offended Teo.
this
He's
podcast.
I
Teo,
just, oh man,
dude, you fucking
Damn.
lost
Sorry,
our
Teo.
first. You lost
Sorry,
our
my bad.
first viewer, or first.
Oh shit!
First viewer and
No,
first.
they don't
interview.
sound the same. They don't.
I didn't say same. I didn't say the same. I
One
said
time
I
you said that you said
Okay.
the same.
Oh, he
Yeah.
says.
I think
You
that
said
riff.
the same.
I think
Hendrix
that
is
one
his-
riff sounds the same. I don't think all of his guitar playing sounds the same.
Yeah, Tim has said before that that's his influence. And there's a video of him when he was
Teo.
8.
Dude, this is what I
There's a
deal
bit-
with on a weekly
Influence
basis.
is different than saying you sound the same.
Oh, yeah, influence.
Yeah,
That's
I said he
flat.
was influenced.
Just
I
like
said
Kirk
I
Hammett.
said he
I'm
was
influenced by Dave
influenced, and then I
Mustaine.
said that one song sounded like a Jimi Hendrix song. I didn't say all of his playing. Dude, this
But,
is
I
what
mean, you were just.
this is what I deal with
Hey.
on a weekly basis, man. We need you on the show permanently to just like combat the. I have to deal with all this slash
You were
trolling.
like a fish out of water, dead and wrong.
Deal with these slash fanboys every
Look
week.
up Timmy Hendrix. That's a video of him when he was 8, rock jamming with a 4-piece band. That's when Tim Henson
On
was a
YouTube?
little boy. Yeah, there's a video of him.
Timmy Hendrix.
Yeah.
He's probably better than all of us combined at age
Probably,
8,
yeah.
whatever.
Dude, at
I've
six,
seen that video.
there's a video of him when, at 16 years old. He's just shredding like crazy, man.
Yeah,
What a loser!
And I went to college, so I don't know. I mean,
Yeah, now you're in debt.
I just did different things.
sucker.
I just did different things.
And
He
now-
doesn't have debt.
and now, but dude, you made
Yeah,
you
and
know.
don't have a doctorate.
yeah, we don't even have a guitar doctorate.
Dude, no, be proud. You're the host of Tonal Distancing. You're the cult leader of Tonal Distancing. So
I'm happy with that, man. I'm just trying to be the best me. I'm not trying to be the best Tim Henson or Rembrandt or Slash.
I'm just trying to be the number 4 Zach Hayes in Mid-Michigan, not the best Zach Hayes in Mid-Michigan.
Exactly.
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 I can do that part.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I was gonna say I can do that part. That's all I got.
All I got is that.
What chord is that? What would you call that chord?
What where you're fretting?
It's a 3-5-7.
3, 5.
Oh, that's interesting.
That's a 9 chord.
And add 9. That's a trippy chord.
Yeah, so that's a C add 9. So like the way
No,
like you can think about it.
It's 9 on the
It's
top,
weird, but
or 7 on the top.
oh, 9 on the top.
So it's 7, 5, and going down.
All right, B's root.
God, that's fucking painful.
Oh, it's the diminished chord. It's a B minor diminished. Because the 7 on E, the 5 on A, that's a minor third. And then what you're playing on the 3 on the D string, that's the same note as here, which that intervals the tone between B and down was what.
You're freezing up a little bit on your end.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, you're good. But yeah,
But yeah, it's just a minor. It's a
trippy
B minor
chord.
diminished chord, is what I'd call it. Zach, do you concur?
I actually don't really know chord theory well at all. So yes.
Oh, Thank you.
he agrees.
Probably
That's
do
all
you
that
concur?
matters.
Sure, I think so.
Thank you.
Hey Zach, do you use Guitar Pro or anything, or you Kanem?
Kanem, you look like you were ready to answer.
You take it, man. You take it.
He's gonna answer for you.
Well, me and Kanem, I used to use Guitar Pro. I just mostly didn't want to pay for it, so I had a Power Tab editor. I still have Power Tab editor. I really don't use that anymore. I mean, most of the stuff that I learn isn't Polyphia, so it's not super complicated. So I don't really have to resort to Tab as much anymore. But yeah, I would for Polyphia for sure. It's definitely helpful as a practice tool when you have that playback option and you like have it written out notationally, right? And then you listen and you can adjust the speed and everything. So really, I probably should use it. That's a great idea. I should go buy it.
Yeah, you should. I use it. I've been using it since it was Guitar Pro 2 or 3, I think.
What are they at now?
It's on 7, I think.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Kanem, do you use Guitar Pro?
Yeah.
Guitar Pro is my word.
Sorry, bro,
Under
you're
the
breaking
sea.
up.
Under the sea.
I don't use it anymore.
You're lagging, dude.
Yes.
You don't.
Am I still under? How about now?
Your camera's really
hardcore
delayed with
lagging.
your voice. Yeah. Under the sea.
What?
Under the sea. Okay, now you're good.
Am I also under the sea, or am I just delayed?
Definitely delayed.
The video's delayed. The audio is not instant.
Nice. That's all I want. I can't really do anything about that right now, but
That's fine.
That's
what I can say is, with Guitar Pro, I had it in like middle school and high school. I really did like it. I actually use it from like a composition standpoint. So my brother and I used to go ham and like we would compose songs and guitar. I remember there's like hard solos for me at the time.
Uh-oh.
We should just play what
The
his
Guitar
songs were.
Pro to hear how it
The
sounds.
2 notes we heard sound really good.
Yeah, we only heard or something.
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
like
Thank you. I straight up just killed Goat. So I mean,
we should do an overlay of it.
If
where
only I was recording in the background also. Here, maybe this will help.
it's just
with any delay. We'll find out. But
that's the first song I wrote. Second
there we
song
go.
I wrote.
That's the first song I wrote. Did that help with the delay at all?
Say something.
Nope, did not.
it's
Is that better or no?
yes.
That's
There
better.
you go. Yeah.
Okay, it's because I had Logic open to record. Anyways,
I told
Guitar
you we
Pro.
didn't need to do that before.
I just had it
He doesn't
open
listen.
already, and I was using input monitoring to hear myself back. Anyways, I don't need to listen to you, probably. Who would listen to you? You think Tim Henson and Jimi Hendrix have the same guitar?
Yeah, that's exactly what
Shots fired.
That's exactly what I think.
That's exactly what you said, word for word.
Yep.
But no, Guitar Pro, I would definitely consider getting it again. I think, I mean, I'm like I said, I'm a garbage person, man. Yeah, I've said it before. I still use Ultimate Guitar. How I learned Little Wing by Stevie Ray Vaughan YouTube video. The beauty of YouTube now is you can cut down the speed on YouTube and it still retains the same like pitch. So I just use it as my device to meter myself, to start slow. I mean, I think that the rebirth of that idea of starting slow, because I used to do that in Guitar Pro, like you said. I used to go. I probably learned like solos that I've forgotten by now. I know I like learned like Estranged by Guns N' Roses like all the way through because I had Guitar Pro and I would go really slow with it and then speed it up for everything before I started to perform for a gig or something. But now I kind of use garbage tabs from Ultimate Guitar, but then what helps with it is like it gives me like the general idea, but I can still get very specific in trying to make sure that what I'm playing sounds it's being played, not necessarily what's written. So I do pay attention to that still. I'd definitely hop back on Guitar Pro if I felt like there was like a real need for me to do that. Thus far, I haven't found that need because I'm not playing Polyphia on the regular yet. Prabhu, no Guitar Pro experience.
Nope. I use that. What did you say, Teo? You're on mute. You're on mute, Teo.
Oh, I am? Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
That was weird.
Oh shit, sorry. I said do you use Songster, right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't have an account. I use it though. Haley has like a guitar. Maybe it's not Guitar Pro, but one of those websites. And then but I never use it.
Ultimate Guitar.
I was gonna say Ultimate Guitar.
But yeah, she
That's
had
probably
like a
it.
pro thing that has like the stuff that you can fix all the like you can change stuff. But I don't really use it. But yeah, Guitar Pro. I downloaded it. I used it once. I downloaded a free version. I downloaded the Jason Richardson solo for Nasty, Polyphia, or was it Nasty? Is that that
Yes, it was a Nasty solo.
Yeah, and then I
Impossible
used
solo.
Guitar Pro again. I was like, that was the song I was trying to learn when I was over at your house, and I was like,
Yeah.
and then I got that far, and then I was like, I'll just let this free trial expire. Fuck it.
You'll let,
And
you'll
that
let
free
Jason
trial,
do the soloing.
yeah, like I've had it in the past. I never like wrote on Guitar Pro. I always thought that sounded really hard. Like if I were to do that, I'd rather just write like MIDI or something on like a DAW.
Right.
But no, I didn't. I probably wouldn't use how I practice guitar. I just put Toxicity on repeat and just kind of learned. But like, and then I just did that for like
Trying to
3
build a
years.
prison,
And eventually,
man.
it was like, okay, I can like repeat this and like take it and recontextualize it, and then kind of work backwards from that. But that's a little over exaggeration. But no, I didn't really. Even tabs in general, I don't. I think the one thing with tabs that I found harder was like knowing timing. Yeah, I mean, I like Songster because you can. I think you can change the tuning and stuff too, and I like that. Like you can press play and it'll go along with it. And for that Scale the Summit song that I brought for this episode, which Kanem has learned, so Kanem can demonstrate playing that right now. Which right now, what I liked in Songster is they had it in it's on a 7-string guitar. I ironically don't really know how to play it on the 7-string, but it's they had a retuning of that song for the 6-string, and it's all tapping. And for that song, the rhythm is really hard. So if you were to play it without, being able to press play, I feel like tabs it would be really hard with rhythm, and that's something I find hard with tabs. But
Yeah. Heard it. It sounded like, I don't know. It reminded me of a song. I don't know, that Scale the Summit song.
yeah, it's called The Levitated. So I know that
Yeah.
you asked us to bring a favorite guitar song or song or whatever. Ironically, it's not Scale the Summit is not one of my favorite bands. They're not. I don't really. That's the only song I can really name off the top of my head. Like I've listened to some of their stuff. I don't really like the super shreddy stuff, but I really love their clean guitar playing. And I love that song is like 2.5 minutes, but pretty short. And it just the whole thing is so pretty, and it starts in the minor thing and then ends up with this really that I'll play the last part first, but the part that it ends with is. It does this thing that's like it does this like weird like double like thing. And it does this weird like thing like that, and the whole song is just really different, and it's very short, and it just I don't know when I get to the end of song I'm like, no, I want to replay it so I can like listen to it on repeat like 7 times and not go crazy. So yeah, it's all tapping and the rhythm is really.
Is that how they play it?
Yeah, so they play it on a 7-string. I'm playing it in the 6-string, but the only difference is you don't. You can actually play it on a 6-string. You just tune the 6-string down to a B, and it's like if you were to play it without the original, without the E string. But and it's a lot of, so the left hand is doing all hammer-ons, and then you're doing hammer-ons here, but you're doing them in different rhythms. So you go. And then it goes this like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 kind of weird tempo, and then you're doing.
Yeah, I looked on that link that you sent. They keep changing time signatures.
Yeah, I don't know if you can hear my guitar. It's kind of hard with the tapping. I'll play it, but
Yeah.
this is where playing this way helps a lot, because like the tapping and stuff, it's really
Yeah.
hard to do it when it's low. But if I were to put. So it's. I haven't practiced that part, but it goes like it's like, yeah, that's what it is. Alright, I'm sucking at it. So it's like this weird, it's like climbing up. But weirdly enough, like this song didn't take me that long to learn, because the way they've like written it out, it's like hard, but it makes sense when you just do it. Like the way the. Yeah, it's it really changed my approach to guitar, because I was like, holy shit, it's like it's all tapping. It's like playing a piano or something. But yeah, that part where it goes stuff like that, it just really it's funny because like their guitar players, like I find that stuff so unique. So to me, when I think of Scaled Summit, it's kind of set the bar as like that. But then when I listen to their other stuff, which is more traditionally shreddy, it's not that it's bad and that I wouldn't like it. I keep bringing it back to, but I wish that they played more of that.
About 5 months ago, I decided to write my own music. You know, working with others, it's kind of hard. You know, everyone's doing their own thing. So I was like, screw it, I'm gonna write my own. Well, I've already written my own song, so I was like, I'm just gonna take it to the studio. My homie Scams, he's shout out at Scams_official on Instagram. He knows a producer named Jojo Centineo, so I linked up with them. I went over to the house, produced the track, the music, and then I had lyrics come to me a couple of months later. And so I just decided to lay them down. I asked Prabhu to help me make a solo. He did a badass job. He made a sexy ass solo. So
Oh wow.
we got that together, and then it was mastered about maybe 3 weeks ago. So yeah, the song is mostly about the relationship between me and my girlfriend, how it's been it's basically a love song. So yeah.
Dope. And the
Yeah.
name of the song is
It's called Waste My Time by me, Teo of The Cross.
Waste My Time. All right. Well, thanks so
Yeah.
much for joining, Teo. Really had
No problem.
a lot of fun chatting and shooting the shit with you.
Yeah, thanks for jumping on.
Yeah, we had fun. No
Yep.
problem. Thank you for having me on.
And after you play us out, we'll have the song up here for anyone to listen. And this is the premiere of Teo's song, Waste My Time. So, thanks so much, Teo. Play us out.
Thanks, Teo.
Hi, my name is Teo of The Cross, and I'm going to show you how to play my new single, Waste My Time.